let's get into the 2020 Prizm Football. This was a disaster for me to acquire.
I need to hear the full story here while you're opening. Also, whose pack is this?
This is mine.
Okay.
That'll be yours, all right? Good enough?
That works.
All right, so we'll start with myself. So, all right, we got the red, white, and blue pack, so we'll start with this. You can come right to the cards, Jordan, because these are small. So, I got it to Target, okay? Jim McMahon. I actually met Jim McMahon. That's another story for another day. Nick Bosa and A.J. Terrell rookie. I went to Target, okay? I show up, and to my surprise, the stock guy was there.
Okay. What's he look like? I need a visual.
Well, it's tough. He wears this mask that covers his whole face, so it's really hard to tell what he actually looks like.
Like he's casing the joint?
Right, exactly. Okay. So he's stocking, and I noticed quickly that I am not the only person that has realized the sports cards are being put on the shelf. Everyone knows that Prizm is hitting the retail shelves. We got a Ben DiNucci rookie, green, has already made his appearance for the Cowboys. Fireworks Darius Leonard, and a James Proche rookie. And so I'm standing there, waiting for him to finish stocking, and he looks at me and he goes, "What are you looking for?" And I said, "Well, I'm looking for Prizm Football." The guy goes, "You know what? I got 2 more packs left." I go, "Oh, wow, fantastic." He reaches into his box, which appears to have a lot more than 2 packs in it.
Yeah. Takes
them, throws them at me. He goes, "Now leave me alone. I'd like to safely go home to my family tonight."
Whoa.
Now I'm not within 6 feet of him. I'm quite far away. Like, he had to toss them to me across the aisle.
Both at once.
Both at once. So they hit the floor. So I can't guarantee you the corners aren't dinged.
Shout out Target.
So he throws them at me. He says, "Now get out of here. I want to go safely home to my family." I'm like, okay. So I get lost, but I have a feeling that he's still got a lot more, because there's no way that I just happened to get the last 2. He hasn't even put them on the shelf yet. So I walk away. I run into nearly a dozen people who are waiting for him to leave the stock area. We all start chatting. We all start talking about, how we're going to be able to get this Prizm, what we're going to do. There's a nice KJ Hamler, red, white, and blue for you. And the guy, it turns out he was just trolling us, because he was at this Target stocking for 2 hours. He would put 2 packs out, then he would walk away.
Would he put them out or throw them?
No, no one else approached him like I did, so they would go onto the shelf, whether it was 2 cellos like this, there's a Brady, or it could have been, and a CJ Henderson is your rookie, so nothing great for us in Prizm, but that's okay. So he'd put, whether it be hanger boxes or 2 cellos. What up, JC? Welcome to the chat. And he would walk to the back into the stock room and just disappear. And the rest of us were like, what is this guy doing? Like, he clearly was upset that there were people stalking him, basically. And he clearly doesn't, just the comment he made and the fact that he threw stuff at me.
So he gave you the cards first, and then he played these games?
Right. So I happened to get the 2. I think because maybe no one else walked up to him. I'm not even really sure. And 10 minutes later, he'd reemerge from the stock room with a shopping cart, and he'd have that same big box of cards, and he'd go back to the shelf, and he'd put 2 more out, and then he'd put a bunch of Pokemon cards out, and then he'd disappear back to the stock room. And everyone's like, this guy's just slow rolling us.
Yeah.
So moral of the story is there's plenty of Prizm. He lied to me that I got the last 2 packs because more than 2 appeared on the shelves.
He kept putting it out.
Right. He just didn't want us around. So clearly he's been hounded, harassed, possibly.
Well, it sounds like people are threatening his family.
Well, that's what that comment. I mean, I didn't know if that was like a COVID comment, like he didn't want people near him for that purpose, which I totally understand. But that's just to be in this situation where cards have brought us to harass shelf stockers, and the fact that 12 other people were there. I just happened to walk in when he was there. These people knew that he was going to be there. So
did they all wait it out? Did they all get their packs?
I think when they realized he was playing games, most people left except for me and one other guy, and we waited it out and we got nothing.
Was that Buffalo guy?
That was the guy I was telling you about from Buffalo. Yes,
guy.
drove all the way to Rochester, over 60 miles, to canvas Targets and Walmarts looking for 2020 Prizm, and he was not successful. I luckily
You got to respect the hustle.
was successful.